The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. First carry for Leonard Fournette. And some room to maneuver. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. The tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
Third and long, it's Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. They'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Lee. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jordan Willis in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a play fake here on first down. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And now a first down following that long gain. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. It's complete to Golden Tate. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Play action. It's Tannehill. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Tannehill throwing again. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Fournette, a first down carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. But he's got it to Hearns. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. They go play action here on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. gun. They'll look to throw. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Now that was an inspirational scramble for a first down, all the while absorbing a big-time hit. Well, we know the guys in the huddle appreciate what he's doing. But how about the guys in the press box, the luxury boxes, the guy who signs his checks, and especially the main guy with the headset on the sideline? I'm not so sure they like that so much.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Let's go, Ohio! Here we go! Ohio!
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal from the... And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. He's got it, and it's 17-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And Eifert has it. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Now Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And some room to work. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. On second down, here's Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next year?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
Let's go! 1, 9.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Let's go! Red 38! Red 38!
They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengals. Pressure. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
McCarron. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now here's McCarron on 3rd. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 10 yards there and a Bengal first.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
McCarron now on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Joe Mixon there out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
McCarron again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one, they help force another incompletion.
No, check. Patriots. Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
Now here's McCarron again. He'll have a first down past the 40, and he's got the first. Down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. McCarron to throw once more. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw it with A.J. McCarron. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Mixon hit, and oh, the ball is out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. They find some open field here. Space to run past the 20. And he's brought down, but not before before reaching the 8-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity. Right.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jeremy Hill, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the Eagles out in front early. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go. 1, 9, 8.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going for the deep ball. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darquez Denard. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Now Mixon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, here's McCarron. Green's got it over the middle. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Getting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
To throw is McCarron. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. He finds Hearns left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Hearns as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Returning it, John Ross. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, McCarron. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And now running right through it. And he's got room. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Vinatieri's kick is good. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. A second quarter score from KC, and it's an early lead there for the Saints. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is a do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. On play action, it's McCarron. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Let's go. Here we go now. 3-19.
McCarron now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. The toss play to Mixon. And he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Mixon. And some room to roam now. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. And the lead will shrink to 6. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They begin with a run by Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it again with Fournette. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And some space here. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will score. Touchdown. They've run wild a little bit. Time for the defenses to get into the act, and one does here.
Nothing like a little bit of revenge for the defense. They've had to deal with it all game long. Both offenses going up and down the field. How about it when they take the ball away and take it to the other end zone?
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being kids, doesn't it? Because I know at some point your dad did the exact same thing mine did. Okay. It's okay to be calm.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And the return will stop right around the 25. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered. But this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play. Show them they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about. But, hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
Now McCarron throwing on second. Looking for his tight end, Eifert, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. 5. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the third quarter. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And before they can get the play off, here's a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball. That's their first of this second half. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And they will line up now for the two-point try. Here's a toss coming right. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the two-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Throwing on first. Here's McCarron. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception. And now their task is even tougher.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Elsewhere at Arrowhead there in the third quarter. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Let's face it, 2nd and 1. Playbook's wide open, isn't it? They can do just about anything, but after that, now you're 3rd and 3. I think the playbook has shrunk because now I think you're almost locked into throwing the football.
The Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll need to get the play off quickly. McCarron going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Fournette on the counter. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Single slot. Come on, let's go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Airing it out for Hearns. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Here we go. Back round. Ohio. Here we go.
They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
All right, now look at 56. Detroit! Hurry up, here we go.
Shotgun snap from McCarron. Caught Eifert over the middle. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run here with Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down.
Check Patriot. 3-19. Leopard.
The play clock's running down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Here we go now. Green, 30. Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
McCarron from the gun on 3rd. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The
leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Again, it's Fournette. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. 51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals getting set to go and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
So 2nd and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now.
Working from the gun here, McCarron. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. He gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It's caught right side, it turns. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And look out, I think he's going to go. And he will get this into the end end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, here's A.J. McCarron. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off around the 41. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
Ball on the 3, 3rd down and goal. Now Leonard Fournette, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Partner, when it's a goal-to-go situation, if you're on the field on defense, you have to know that you may be called on to make a tackle at any time. Here, the cornerback does exactly that. Plays the run really well and makes a big play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. I guess this is how you define backs against the wall. You have a long way to go. You're down by more than a score.
And the defense really isn't going to allow you to get a big play, but sometimes you just have to force it.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
From the gun, it's McCarron. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. McCarron now on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Now here's McCarron again. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he rifles one incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A.J. McCarron looking to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They'll toss it to Fournette. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. And this looks to probably be the final play. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jaguars, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Denver Broncos. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.